Hi everyone, this is Cherry Enchantress, and this is your reading for October. So we have 3 spider bowls full of goodness. There will be cards that will reflect your love life, health and wealth and spirit, career, and all the aspects of what this upcoming October will be for you. And underneath the cards are charms as well to help guide you towards your best light and solution for the month of October. So let's take a deep breath in through your nose, close your eyes, open your eyes, release your breath slowly through your mouth. Now choose pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3 for your October predictions. Let's begin. And here is pile number 1. All right, so you picked pile number 1, and these are your cards. So as far as love is concerned, you have found the perfect match, or you will in October. You complete each other in the most harmonious way. And if you're wondering right now, like, how is this going to happen? Well, let the situation unfold naturally. Maybe you won't know until mid-October or even late October. Maybe it's a Halloween party where you meet just the one. Or maybe you've already met this person and you're at a strange point right now where you're not sure where it's headed. Just allow it to unfold naturally because you aren't meant to be together. And let's overview some of these cards. If you would like to know a little bit more behind how they were chosen, check out the live that I just did on how the behind the scenes worked out. So you have nature spirits on your toes, twirl and twirl until you're ready to take flight. They arrive in the winds beneath your wings and speak through the swaying of the trees. And you have the kitchen witchery too. Abundance flows easily and effortlessly into your life. Be in gratitude. So this feels like very nice energy for October. It looks like a lot of domesticity, coziness, home, nature, energy. It could be also the outdoors coming in, bringing in a little of that fall, autumn energy inside, and also attending to the natural things outdoors too, the birds and your garden or your trees or whatever is in your environment. Even if you don't have an outdoors, like say a home with a yard, there's other ways you can attend to the outdoors as well. Now the zombie card is kind of interesting. This is like showing you sort of more of the shadow energy of the month. And I feel like there's this control energy. It may be happening to you, it may not. It may be something you're observing more than actually being a part of. But also this is trying to suggest, who are you? Where are you in the world? Are you an observer? Are you an activist? Do you go with the flow? Do you stand out? You know, some of these questions may be coming up for you when it comes to control. Let me dive into the control card just a little bit more and see what the message is. So one of the most frightening aspects of the idea of zombieism is the idea of our souls and our consciousness being trapped inside a body that does not do our bidding but someone else's. So being led, you know, being kind of, it's not exactly going against your will, but it's almost like not even having your own will. And that can get kind of scary and dangerous, right? So it's almost as if you feel like you're fated for something, but you don't have any choice in the matter. And that's definitely kind of a dark energy here. So it's important to see yourself as having your own power. Yes, the universe is guiding you, and yes, you can give up a certain amount of control to to God's will or to the universal will. But remember, you have a power all of your own, and you are co-creator with the universe. So it's important not to entirely just give up on that and just let go completely. Surrender is helpful, but this could be just so much surrender that you're not even putting in your own, energy and desire and thoughts behind it. And when you let go of that much of it, then it's almost like you have passed on, right? Like you aren't alive. So it's, there's being alive, and then there's fully living. And this is kind of the time to fully live your life. So have strength, tap into that strength. It could be about too, like diversity could be it's kind of like the spice of life to me. There's a lot to do and a lot of types of people around you. So enjoy the diversity around you and the choices that you have, because you have a lot of them. The Magician is, to me, is the highlight of this reading for you. You have the tools at hand to create anything that you want. So tap into that. You are powerful. There could be other people challenging you. There could be this energy that you feel like you don't have the right to, or the power to, or that you're good enough or you're strong enough. And it could be a challenge, a battle inside you. It could also be other people winning by doing the wrong things. And you see that so much, and it's disheartening when there's people cheating but still getting by. If it rubs you the wrong way, then stand up for the right. Keep standing up for the right way of doing things. Eventually they will get their karma, and it will all balance out. So you've been through a lot. I don't feel like October is going to be more of the same, of going through a lot. I feel like it's a new strength for you, this feeling of empowerment, and you have the tools at hand. And so let's see how this all matches with your charms here. So I think we had the number 5 for this one. Yeah, because 5s are coming out big time. And that 5 energy, I'm saying, is like, this is your big challenge, I think, is the 5 of Swords is that cheating energy. It's like having a win but not really earning it. I don't feel like you're the cheater here. I feel like you might feel like you're getting cheated, though. So be aware too of what kind of loser you can be. Like if you feel like you are lost unfairly, then that's fine, but you got to find a way to prove yourself, or to stand up for yourself, to show people where you've come from and how far why your worth and your honor, why you deserve to be here where you are. And yeah, the Magician is your tools at hand. So I feel like, okay, so with the Fairy, you have some information coming to you in your dreams. There is a very strong love here. I feel like you're positive in your October. Definitely is this connection that is kind of like always by yourself, and that's never gonna dissipate. It's always gonna be here. And also, you may be this strange kind of bird, but you could also be connected with a very strange person. Not strange, I shouldn't say, like a little bit eccentric. Maybe, it could be just as simple as you having pink hair or whatever. It doesn't matter. You're balanced, or the person you love is balanced. They're good people. You make good choices in your companions and that sort of thing. And the bus could be about companionship or traveling with people, but it could also be, it could also feels like, for me, the bus sometimes represents work. And I think that it might be, it could also be this kind of zombie energy too, just kind of like, I feel like the challenge here is like this feeling of going with the flow, not making waves, but what should I stand up for myself, or what should I do? Like, should I continue following along just to get along, or should I actually try to say something about something, So that's and I feel like because zombie is so strong here, that's going to be a major issue here, along with the 5 of Swords, with just this kind of like challenging energy that you have. I feel like your healing is your home and the outdoors, you know, that combination of your cozy home and enjoying the outdoors as well, and your beautiful connection with your, I think a lot of you are already in a beautiful connected relationship, but some of you will find that. But I feel like, and it's interesting that we have the blues kind of where you can combat this zombie energy is through strength. And so, yeah. Also, something too, it makes me think that the hand represents this ability to, as you give, you also receive. So how you give and help people is going to also be what comes back to make things good for you as well. All right, so that is your pile. I hope you liked it. And I'm going to move on to pile number 2. You can join me as well. And here is pile number 2. And with this pile, we have for your love, we have a psychic connection. Your communication goes beyond mere words. Words are important, but it's also more important that you kind of are in the same wavelength. You're vibing together. Self-love is love yourself first, always, and this could be a self-love journey as well. And also, I tend to feel like sometimes when the psychic connection comes out, especially with self-love, that you're on your own, right? You're sort of single or by yourself, physically by yourself maybe, but spiritually always connected with this person. So in a 5D connection for the majority of you, but you know, this could also be coming together in the 3D sometimes as well. I just feel like it's important though, this 5D connection. It really helps you. It really makes you feel, it does make you feel loved, and it makes you feel protected. And then you have the bat and the reaper. These are invoke thy power and fear not the hidden. What lurks is coming with undenying change. And the reaper for birth of something to new to manifest, the death of something holding you back is inevitable. So both of these have this kind of change energy and transformation energy that's happening for you this month. Change and transformation, and don't fear the reaper. Don't fear the change. Change is inevitable, and change doesn't necessarily mean bad things. It could be wonderful change. It could be this beautiful transformation of you. So the ghost could be your challenge card here, but I'm going to see. I feel like the rest of the cards are really good, because as far as life changes and work and things like that, you are getting results. This could be like weight loss or bodybuilding or beautifying things or whatever you're doing, but you are in the right direction. It could also represent this connection that with your person, like you're headed in the right direction. You're going to get results, which is really good. And then your tarot is really good too. Like you have this Queen of Pentacles energy. You're abundant. You have it all. You have mother energy. You're loving. Look at all your black cats. That's like me. Oh my gosh, with all my black cats. And the Seven of Wands, here's you and your black cat again. It feels kind of like sometimes you have to defend yourself. Sometimes people are coming at you. And so it's kind of two different ways of looking at it. I feel like it's important not to see at yourself as a victim, or as people coming at you, or there's this outside source trying to do something to you. Try to imagine yourself as the star and the Queen of Pentacles always. You have this beautiful light around you. The hope, the dreams coming true, what you wish for will happen. You have that energy. But it's, there's nothing wrong with defending what you believe in, defending your rights, especially protecting people and animals that you care about. Also, there could be just a bit of energy of bias, like people, how there was a bias of the black cat in the Middle Ages, and seeing them as bad luck, and them being banished. And because of that, the plague came around because there weren't any cats to kill the rats with the diseases. And so you see how that kind of ripple effect happens there. So you have every right to defend those things that you believe in, and definitely stick to it if you feel you must, you know. But I feel like there is no need to defend, because if you are in the light, if you are in your positive energy, then there's nothing else to be done, right? Anyway, I feel like also you're kind of the star of the show too. For some people will look at you in great admiration and see you as a shining light. And maybe this person, maybe the regret comes from a person who regrets losing you, or regrets not spending more time with you, or something like that. There is a bit of this kind of ghost regret energy coming from somewhere, and that could be from your own mind. This could be this feeling of not being fully able to let go of something. But it's important to finally face this. So let's see more about that ghost energy. So sometimes ghosts makes us think of ancestors. So one of the things that I recommend doing by the 31st, at the end of October, at least by the end of October, but you can do this now at the beginning of October, is create a little altar to honor your ancestors, or send out certain prayers for your ancestors. They need to be acknowledged, and they need that energy of that they are part of you and they serve importance. Also, there could be ancestors that are not ghosts, but actually spiritual energy helpers, and they could be supportive energy, light work energy around you. So ghosts are mostly that energy that need to let go and move on into the light. And if you are holding on to something, then it feels like that, like you're not letting it go into the light. It also can feel like I actually had sort of a thought about the word grudge this morning. I was like holding on to a grudge, and so sometimes that's like Scorpio energy. I mean, no, I shouldn't put all Scorpios in that category, but sometimes I just feel like let's say certain elements do this. Maybe water signs more than fire or air. Air people can let go of something. So, for example, something happened to me yesterday that was kind of like 2 times there was sort of things that got broken. One time, and I just I'm not going to go into big detail, but yeah, something was broken, something of mine, and I had that initial reaction. Then I observed myself, and then I thought about it, and then I'm like, okay, well, the people who did this fixed it right away, and I was able to get back into a better place, and I let it go fast. Like, I don't normally let things go that fast, but I'm like, I want to have a party, I want to have fun, and it's no big deal. It's a material piece of, something that's not that important, and connections, relationships, friendships, that's way more important. And so I was able to let it go so fast, and like that, I don't know how I did that, but I must have tapped into that air energy, my Libra rising. So air people, I was thinking, air people let go of things so much easier. And I know that like water signs and earth signs generally tend to hold on to energy that, grudges a little bit more, or hold on to something bad that happens, and they dwell in and talk about and dwell in it. Have you ever noticed when you're driving, sometimes somebody gets cut off, that like they're in front of you, and they sit there and they like think about what just happened to them instead of just move on, let's go, it's traffic, let's continue driving. Don't sit there and think about how you were wronged, how somebody cut you off, and you're sitting there forever thinking about the feeling of being cut off. Like, okay, you got cut off, let's go. You know what I mean? That's how I am when I'm driving. I don't let anything bother me, I just keep going. There are times where things do bother me a little bit, but generally it don't. But yeah, I have been known to hold on to grudges a lot longer in the olden days, and I was kind of surprised myself that I let go so fast. But I was enjoying myself, and it really wasn't a big deal. So there you have it. This is about holding grudges or having regrets. During my live presentation of this behind the scenes, I told you a little bit about a particular regret that I had. And so maybe you have like life regrets, but I feel like it's important that to recognize that things happen for a reason, okay? And let go of that. But also you could be connecting with a person that can't let go of you, or maybe the drama of regrets. It's just too powerful to let go of. I feel like you're moving on really well, though. You're headed in the right direction. You are headed in this ability to transform and make something new for yourself. And maybe there's somebody here that now they're just a 5D connection. That's their fault. Yeah, so you have the ring, though. I think like there's possibility you could be connecting with somebody that you might actually get married to or get engaged to or level up, but there could be also at the same time somebody that you love that was a red thread, that was some kind of connection, but that connection no longer is or will never be physical. It could be just something that's just there, you know, that somebody you know, that somebody you were tied to somehow. The scissors represent, sometimes represent cutting a cord, but these scissors are closed. And so like for many of you who've experienced twin flames, you know that you can't actually cut the twin flame cord. So just realize that that's not going to happen, but you can definitely take steps towards, you know, enjoying life and moving on and living fully and being free. The key represents like opening a lockbox, and I feel like there could be some hidden money or something, some kind of treasure that you're opening up. There is somebody coming through who's one of a kind, no two snowflakes alike. Maybe that's just you, and you are a beautiful, spiritual, wonderful person like Elsa, who is, you know, she is single and she is doing fine. She has her beautiful connections and ties to people and loved ones and places and things, and the freedom to travel and to go where, like, I feel like if you have that energy, don't worry, don't feel like you need to tie yourself with somebody. You have the freedom to do what you want, which is a beautiful freedom. The Texas Theater Under the Stars represents maybe theater and stars and groups, you know, touring groups. It could also represent music. It could represent Texas. It could represent lots of things, but this ability to, yeah, to just enjoy. I feel like it's enjoying being under the stars because we have the star here. So I think this is your highlighted card. This is you, like you are the star. You're Elsa. You're beautiful. You're bright. Don't worry about what other people may say or how they treat you. You're this. You're this beautiful Queen of Pentacles. And don't have regrets. And if other people have regrets, that's their own karma to deal with. You are making like new strides in your life. You're changing and you're leveling up, and you're going to get the results. If you don't already see them, you're getting those results. Right? So the snake could be like that shedding of your skin, that new you, and the angels coming in for your blessings, and music coming through. And you're just maybe you just feel kind of funny in your skin or unusual, but you're tall and beautiful. Like really, you stand out more than you even realize. You may have somebody come through with a great idea, and you love that idea. All right, so that's it for pile number 2, and I'm moving on to pile number 3. And here is pile number 3. And so your love situation is this disguise. Some elements of this relationship are hidden, and a tender touch means so much. The love language is physical touch. So there's this passion here, but it's all kind of hidden behind the scenes. It could also represent a meeting of sorts at some kind of party where you don't know the person and you're like, who is that? And it could even be a costume party or a ball or something. It could be also a blind date or something like that coming up, and an immediate connection and a desire for physical touch. Something just, It may not be permanent, but it certainly is going to be fun. All right. And you have pumpkin and shape-shifting, uncaging the spirit within, thou the fertile power you hold. To taste your buttery velvet upon tongue is a gift I shall cherish each day that comes. This is, to me, this poetry just makes me think so much of a romantic interlude, like an intimate moment, a kissing, a touching. There's shape-shifting. Transformation is not the loss of what once was. It is the evolution of a more powerful self. There's a lot that you're going through, and some of it's very just personal and secretive, just between you and yourself. They're werewolf, though, is kind of interesting. It's a bit of a challenge, but at the same time, it's a helper energy as well. So you have a creativity coming up, and you may be changing some habits, or some of these habits, with the combination of the magic that you put behind the habits, really create something new and wonderful, like this new spark in your life. The Seven of Pentacles is definitely you achieving, but it's important to have strength and courage through certain periods of time. And some of what you have to do is like sort of tame that energy. So you have this werewolf primal instinct, this desire, oh, this passion, these urges. But the strength card is talking about kind of curbing some of those urges and not going completely without any kind of control at all. And you know what? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. There's a ferocity here, which is kind of exciting. There's a Beauty and the Beast energy here, maybe with a couple. There is this guiding light, feminine, and this masculine who's all about strength. And yeah, so this could be very strong in your love life, but it could be also having to do with work and creativity. I feel like with work, though, there's going to be that same too many people in the pot, right? Too many people trying to work on something, and there's not enough, there's no particular leader, like, or maybe there's too many leaders, or maybe there's no organizers, or maybe there's no communicators. But this could also feel like, this feels a little bit like sports, like involved in teamwork of some sort. Could be sports, or could be something you play online or something like that, where there's just not enough harmony, or not, people are not working or gelling really as well together as they need to. It could be like, it could be anything, like even a choir, you know, it could be lots of things. People not showing up consistently at every practice, things like that. And so little spats may come up from that. But I think generally, though, it's a minor energy that happens in October, and yet again, it's like this group thing that we talked about in pile 1. There's just the 5 energy makes me think of groups and dealing with people, and how like there's just so many personalities and a variety in the people you deal with, and sometimes you just have to overlook certain types of people and just focus on yourself and what you produce and what you put out there. And also be mindful of your divine timing, because divine timing looks like it's almost at hand for you. I'm looking at the book right there too, which I didn't notice during the live, but this could be somebody who writes books. I've done this reading for people who, there's this one lady I used to read for a lot, and she had a variety of books out there. And I would say, oh, you're writing your 7th book, whenever the 7 Pentacles came out. She literally she was on the 7th book. And so that kind of can represent that, or it can represent anything, like just everything falling into place just right at the right time. And tap into your familiar energy too. Your kitty cats may clue you in on certain things and areas of your life. But I love that the magic card came out with the witch. You have a certain, I think you have a certain energy that's stronger than a lot of people. This Halloween season, you really will tap into your personal magic, your witch qualities. Yeah, and your ability to manifest. And some of you fertility, yes, some of you fertility. So be aware of your habits because they're going to be important to your creativity and manifesting. So let's talk about the werewolf a little bit. Luminosity triggers it. A wild moon rises. Pain and blood and fangs, fur and howling and wolven guises. You know, he's a shapeshifter and not very good at controlling his wildness. And it's all about, you know, this vitality and strength. But it's important to have balance and not be all wildness at the same time. Sometimes it is good to tap into the instinct in that just letting go sometimes. So you have to kind of decide that for yourself. It could be about this a timing thing, you know, because it's not always the right time to go with instinct. Sometimes intelligence or intuition might be a little bit better, and to listen to more about the eyes that I pulled out from this card during my behind the scenes analysis, channeling messages, is that there's several ways to approach things the way your mind approaches it, and to let complete control go, that is definitely in your animalistic energy. But you might want to ask yourself some questions, because this card can come out when you have too much of the indoor energy happening, when you need a little bit of wildness, when you've got too much of the goody two-shoes going on and you need to tap into more of your dark or shadow nature, or just anything, just more of a natural nature, right? So ask yourself, when was the last time you spent all day outside? When was the last time you threw your head back and howled at the moon? Never. Do you quash the vitality and curiosity of your body and mind by sitting all day in front of a computer? The werewolf challenges you to weave a balance between nature and your own nature. So that is going to be your challenge this month, is letting go a little bit. All right, so some of the things that we have is the crystal ball here that talks about your future and your ability to predict your own future, because you also have the cards here. And you, with those two, I feel like a lot of you are tarot readers or spiritual light worker types already out there. You have the number 27. Something could be happening 27th. We have cool. We have the Aquarius, which is friendly. And we have the Saint Margaret as well. So Christ consciousness. And we also have Saint Teresa, who is the patron saint of the poor, and just giving help to those in need. And we have the goat, which talks about kind of climbing and achieving new heights, and the fish, which is abundance and making a lot of money, and fertility too. So those of you who are interested in getting pregnant, or are wondering about that situation, fertility is there for you this month. But along with the fertility, we have the habits card, which means that you have to balance things in your life, which is important. And maybe just use a little bit of your own special magic. The wives' tales and things that you hear from on ways to take care of yourself may actually come in handy this month for you. And then the elephant also represents this energy of family and feeling familiar, feeling close and connected with people as well, from past and present, ancestors and that sort of thing. And and so finally, don't mean to miss it, but the ring represents the masculine ring. So I feel like there is a very strong chance here that you have a masculine that could be married, but the ring here represents taking off a ring. Like, so somebody going through a divorce, or somebody who wants to commit to you and putting on a ring. So you decide for yourself if that represents you or not. But I also see that, so for some of you, this is just an enjoyable, like, wild time just to be free and let go and just go with your urges. For some of you, this is something that can turn into a committed situation because the masculine is deciding to commit. Or some of you, yeah, it could be just a temporary thing. So decide for yourself how that works with you. I feel like this is kind of like you making me feel like a natural woman kind of energy too, with the werewolf here, like transforming all of these experiences. It's almost like being on drugs while you're doing these things. Like when you tap into this wild nature, it heightens the experience and it makes it even more enjoyable. I feel like work, though, however, is going to be the place where things are going to kind of be more mundane and more basic. But it's not, this is, to me, could be more than just work. It could be also the hobbies or the people that you deal with outside of work, or, you know, your game life, or your extracurricular life, you know, sports and things like that. And but yeah, everything's going to have really nice timing here for you. Everything's going to come into place. Just take really good care of yourself and your babies, the things that you create, because they're coming into fruition nicely, and the transformation is just beautiful and sweet. So the places where you want to let go and go wild, just pick and choose that and decide for yourself if it's the right time, or it's good for you to do that, because there's another part of you that needs to take care of yourself for your creative juices to flow nicely, and also for fertility's sake as well. All right, so I hope you like that. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust. And I'm saying thank you so much for being here. And please consider subscribing and liking. And I'll see you at the next reading. I'm probably going to be doing also a weekly reading, a love message from your person. But I might just do that one as a short. And you guys let me know, do you like shorts or do you like the longer videos? What would you prefer? Because I feel like I might want to start changing my videos a little bit, like put more shorts out there, and like do the monthly reading can be long, but my daily dust can be short, my weekly reading can be short. Like, you guys tell me what you think, and if you like the way everything is as is, then great. But if not, I really welcome ideas. So thanks for being here. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.